Looking for a Florida retirement spot where your Social Security check doesn't evaporate faster than morning dew on a hot sidewalk? Take a look at this retirement city I found at Family Destination Guide's website. Before we get started, I'd like to ask you to like the video and subscribe so we can keep bringing you content on retiring and traveling cheap. Sebring's historic downtown circle feels like a movie set where small-town America still thrives, complete with charming storefronts and zero parking meters in sight. Tucked away in the heart of Highlands County, Sebring sits like a well-kept secret among the rolling hills of Central Florida, far removed from the tourist-packed beaches and budget-busting theme parks that dominate much of the state's reputation. This charming city, with its Spanish-influenced architecture and tree-lined streets, offers something increasingly endangered in the Sunshine State, a cost of living that doesn't require a hedge fund manager's retirement package. The downtown area, with its historic buildings painted in cheerful Florida colors, suggests that whoever planned this community understood that golden years shouldn't require actual gold reserves. Sebring isn't trying to compete with Miami or Tampa, and that's precisely its charm. This cheerful blue building isn't just Instagram-worthy, it's a testament to Sebring's commitment to preserving its architectural character while keeping things affordable. It's like finding that perfect restaurant where, the food is delicious, the atmosphere is welcoming, and the check doesn't cause cardiac arrest. When you first arrive in Sebring, you might notice what's missing rather than what's there. No gridlocked traffic, no forest of high-rise condos blocking the sky. No sense that everyone is trying to sell you something you don't need and can't afford. Instead, you're welcomed by a downtown circle that feels transported from a time when communities thrived. With a cost of living approximately 15% below the national average, this Central Florida haven stands in stark contrast to the state's coastal communities where inflation seems to be the primary local industry. While cities along Florida's shorelines have watched housing prices climb to altitudes that would make mountain goats dizzy, Sebring has maintained a real estate market where affordable still means something beyond slightly less astronomical than the place next door. Circled, public spaces invite lingering conversations between neighbors who actually know each other's names, a luxury that's priceless in today's world. And well-maintained homes with actual yards can be found at prices that don't require explaining to your adult children why you've decided to spend their inheritance. The housing market features options that respect fixed incomes, with median home prices substantially below Florida averages. For those who prefer renting, apartments and small homes are available at rates that don't force choosing between housing and other essentials, like eating or keeping the lights on. Healthcare, that perpetual concern for retirees, is addressed through facilities like Advent Health Sebring, providing quality care without the premium pricing found in Florida's more congested medical markets. The local medical community has adapted to serve a population that skews toward the experienced demographic, with specialists who understand both geriatric needs and Medicare paperwork. Lake Jackson's pier stretches toward the horizon like an invitation to witness sunsets that coastal residents pay millions to see. Grocery shopping in Sebring won't leave you checking your pulse along with your receipt. The city hosts familiar supermarket chains alongside local markets, where produce often reflects the agricultural abundance of Central Florida's farming communities. The weekly farmers market transforms the downtown area into a showcase of affordable fresh options, where vendors seem to operate on the radical business model of charging reasonable prices for quality goods. One of Sebring's most delightful surprises is that entertainment doesn't require a second mortgage. Unlike Florida's tourist epicenters, where simply parking your car can cost more than a decent meal elsewhere, Sebring offers pleasures that respect both your leisure time and your retirement budget. Highlands Hammock State Park, one of Florida's oldest state parks, surrounds visitors with pristine natural Florida landscapes for an entrance fee that costs less than a fancy coffee. The park's elevated boardwalks guide visitors through ancient cypress swamps and diverse ecosystems where massive trees draped in Spanish moss create natural cathedrals more impressive than anything requiring an admission ticket. The historic Sebring train station stands as a reminder of simpler times, when travel was an event and retirement funds weren't consumed by baggage fees. Wildlife viewing here doesn't involve expensive guided tours, just patience and perhaps a pair of binoculars to spot everything from deer to alligators going about their business in their natural habitat. For those who prefer their nature with a side of recreation, the area's numerous lakes provide opportunities for fishing, boating, and waterfront relaxation without resort pricing structures. Lake Jackson, with its expansive freshwater beauty, borders the city, offering sunset views that, honestly, coastal property owners pay premium prices to access. Local anglers describe the fishing as therapeutic for both the spirit and the retirement account. And, they regularly catch bass, crappie, and catfish from waters that don't charge by the hour. Sebring's cultural offerings might not rival metropolitan centers, but they provide surprising depth for a small Florida community. This vibrant mural celebrates local heritage without the admission prices of big city museums, culture that respects both your intellect and your wallet. The Alan J. Wildstein Center for the Performing Arts hosts concerts, plays, and cultural events with ticket prices that won't force you to subsist on ramen noodles afterward. The Highlands Museum of the Arts showcases local talent alongside traveling exhibitions, often with free admission days, that make cultural enrichment accessible regardless of income level. Theater enthusiasts appreciate the Highlands Little Theater, which produces shows that rival professional productions but at community theater prices. This volunteer-driven organization has been bringing quality entertainment to Sebring for decades, demonstrating that artistic excellence doesn't require Broadway budgets. Sebring's international claim to fame comes through the Sebring International Raceway, home to the historic 12 Hours of Sebring endurance race. Sebring's downtown circle, where shade trees and historic buildings create an atmosphere that feels like Norman Rockwell painted it on a budget. While the signature event might require some financial planning to attend, the Raceway hosts numerous smaller events throughout the year where admission prices remain reasonable. Even during major races, locals know the unofficial viewing spots where you can experience the excitement without paying premium. The dining landscape in Sebring delivers another welcome financial surprise. While Florida's coastal restaurants often serve entrees with prices that seem to include beachfront property fees, Sebring's eateries offer satisfying meals that don't require financial calculations before ordering. Cowpoke's watering hole serves generous portions of comfort food in a setting that feels authentically Floridian rather than designed for tourist brochures. Their country fried steak has developed a reputation for being big enough to use as a small tent, but too delicious not to devour completely. Those seeking more diverse flavors find satisfaction at Faded Bistro and Beer Garden, offering creative cuisine in a garden setting where the atmosphere enhances meals that would command much higher prices in Florida's trendier dining destinations. Their seasonal approach means fresh ingredients take center stage in dishes that respect both culinary traditions and customer budgets. Coffee enthusiasts gather at 18 East, a downtown cafe where quality rivals big city coffee shops, but, the prices still stay small-town friendly. The welcoming atmosphere just encourages folks to linger, making it a natural community hub where conversations flow about as freely as the coffee. Sweet cravings find satisfaction at Sebring Soda and Ice Cream Works, where nostalgic treats come with prices that won't send your blood sugar or your budget into dangerous territory. Their collection of craft sodas and homemade ice cream proves that simple pleasures really don't require complicated financial planning. Perhaps Sebring's most valuable offering can't be measured in dollars and cents. The sense of community here represents an investment that appreciates rather than depreciates over time. Nature puts on a free light show every evening at Lake Jackson's Pier, the kind of entertainment that makes expensive cable packages seem, well, pretty pointless. New residents frequently comment on how quickly they transition from that new person to our neighbor, with longtime locals extending welcomes that feel genuine rather than perfunctory. The Sebring Chamber of Commerce actively works to integrate newcomers through events designed to showcase local businesses and create connection opportunities. Their orientation sessions provide valuable information about everything from utility services to volunteer opportunities, helping recent arrivals navigate their new community. For those seeking spiritual connection, Sebring offers diverse religious organizations where fellowship doesn't come with hefty donation expectations. Churches, synagogues, and other faith communities provide not just spiritual nourishment, but also practical support networks that prove invaluable for those living on fixed incomes. Volunteer opportunities abound for retirees looking to contribute their time and talents. Organizations like the Highlands County Habitat for Humanity welcome helpers of all skill levels, providing purpose and community connection without demanding financial contributions. In Sebring neighborhoods, flying kites remains an acceptable form of entertainment. No subscription required, batteries not included, joy guaranteed. The local library system offers both entertainment and engagement through free programs ranging from book clubs to technology workshops designed with seniors in mind. Their digital resources provide access to thousands of books, magazines, and learning opportunities without spending a dime. For those concerned about safety, a priority for many retirees, Sebring offers reassurance there as well. Crime rates remain below state and national averages, with a police department that maintains community-oriented policing practices. Officers are known to check on elderly residents during extreme weather events, demonstrating a level of personal care that's increasingly rare in larger communities. The weather delivers the sunshine Florida is famous for, but without the premium pricing of coastal areas more vulnerable to hurricanes. Sebring's inland location provides some buffer from the worst coastal storms, potentially translating to lower insurance rates. Music to the ears of anyone on a fixed income. Playgrounds with lake views where grandkids can burn energy while grandparents enjoy scenery that doesn't require a second mortgage to access. Winter months bring temperatures that rarely require more than a light jacket, eliminating the heating bills that eat into retirement budgets in northern states. Even during summer's heat, the abundance of lakes and shaded parks offers cooling respite without requiring expensive air conditioning running around the clock. Transportation needs in Sebring can often be met without the expense of car ownership. The compact downtown area is walkable for those who maintain mobility, while community transportation services provide affordable options for medical appointments and essential errands. For those who do drive, gas prices typically run below the state average, and parking remains predominantly free, a concept becoming as rare as affordable beachfront property in Florida's tourist destinations. Healthcare options extend beyond just the hospital to include specialized services geared towards senior needs. The local senior center offers wellness programs, social activities, and resource connections, all designed to support healthy aging without financial strain. Preventative care programs help residents address health concerns before they become expensive emergencies, reflecting the community's understanding that health and financial well-being are deeply interconnected for seniors. Highlands Hammock State Park's boardwalks wind through cypress forests like nature's version of a luxury cruise minus the formal attire and hefty bill. Sebring's annual events calendar provides entertainment that respects both tradition and budget constraints. The Sebring Soda Festival celebrates vintage and craft sodas with tastings, music, and activities that cost less than a single ticket to many Florida attractions. The Highlands County Fair brings old-fashioned fun with agricultural displays, competitions, and midway rides at prices that haven't inflated to theme park levels. During the holidays, downtown Sebring transforms into a twinkling wonderland without requiring residents to spend like they've got unlimited North Pole funding. The Christmas parade and lighting ceremonies create memories that prove the most meaningful traditions don't need to come with hefty price tags. For those who occasionally crave big city amenities, Sebring's central location puts it within reasonable driving distance of Orlando, Tampa, and the Atlantic coast. Day trips allow for urban adventures or beach excursions without the ongoing expense of living in those higher cost areas. Many residents describe this arrangement as having your cake and eating it too, while still being able to afford the cake. Technology hasn't bypassed Sebring despite its small-town atmosphere. Downtown streets lined with palm trees and historic buildings where rush hour means 3 cars might arrive at the stop sign simultaneously. Reliable internet services support those who maintain connections with distant family or engage in online learning and entertainment. The library's free computer access and technology assistance programs ensure that even those without personal devices can stay connected to the digital world. Local banks and credit unions offer senior-friendly services with lower fees than many national chains, understanding that every dollar matters when living on Social Security. Their personal approach means actual humans answer questions and solve problems rather than forcing customers through automated systems apparently designed by robots with a grudge against humanity. Sebring's property taxes remain lower than many Florida counties, particularly those along the coasts where values have skyrocketed. For seniors who qualify, additional exemptions can further reduce this burden, making home ownership sustainable even on limited fixed incomes. The absence of state income tax, a Florida-wide benefit, means Social Security benefits stretch further as they're not subject to additional taxation at the state level. From above, Sebring reveals its perfect balance of town and nature, with Lake Jackson providing waterfront views at non-waterfront taxes. This tax advantage alone can represent significant savings compared to retirement in states that view Social Security benefits as fair game for revenue collection. Perhaps most importantly, Sebring offers something increasingly rare in retirement destinations: authenticity. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy the information we provide on reducing your expenses in retirement, please like and subscribe.